All right. Good evening, LinkedIn. 8:45 on a Saturday night. It's time to get a life, right? But in recruiting, it never stops. Hey, got a lot of great subject tonight. I will be right back right after this. Ho, hey, Janie, look at that. All the way from Australia. There she is. Perfect timing, lots of stuff. I even got my cup of tea. I forgot you do a lot of drinking of tea over there. I forgot all about that. Hope everything's going all right. The new job, Janie's finally got a new job. Never hear from me anymore, Janie, that much, but I hope it's all going well for you. And I figured you would like that, Steve. Again, that only cost me $23. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to outdo some of these staffing companies around here. Thanks, Janie. That thing is, I work with that Fever app, whatever you want to call it, Fever. And I've been working with one gentleman overseas and in another country. And I come up with the pictures. The images, and I kind of think about what I want to say. And then all I do is send it over to him and put in some text to it. And then he goes ahead and he really, really makes a difference. He turns it around, and we've been working together for about 8 months now. So we can create a video like that, intense with the music and everything, and coming up within about an hour and a half. So it's going pretty good. Hey, oh, wow, look at this. All right, everybody. Chris Heckman's on here. I got to give him a shout out now. He's over at Nestle Waters. I usually don't do this early, but I'm going to do it for Chris. Social media recruiting, everybody. So if you're watching this, or you watch it again tomorrow, and we'll tag Nestle Waters and Chris, I'm going to put them on there. If you're looking for, I got to get a banner. If you're looking for forklift driver, right? And you're only making $10, $12, $14, $15 an hour, I'll tell you what, this is what I would do. There you go, Chris. Hey, this is Dave Wilson of Results Staffing, located over here in Brenningsville, Pennsylvania. We're located right on site with Nestle Waters, Chris Heckman. He's one of the top recruiters in the company there, and he's looking to fill positions, forklift drivers, paying from $23 an hour full-time. Mechanics, technicians, $30-some an hour full-time. You're never going to run out of water, so it's you don't have to worry about being laid off. They've been there for 26 years. I did read your post. A lot of great benefits, and I'll tell you what, personal time off, everything. So if you're only making $14 down the road in Brenningsville, or you're in Albertus or Allentown, I'm going to tag Chris. You've got to go there. So this is how social media works, because you'll reach out. Chris will reach out to you. I guarantee if you've got the skills, he's going to hire you. So that's one of the things I like about social media recruiting, is what you can say right there. I've said it numerous times. And it helps. It helps a lot. So again, Nestle Waters in Brenningsville, Pennsylvania. If you're crazy not to go there. Chris, I'm still drinking. Look, great value water, Chris. Things aren't going too well. we got to do some recruiting here, man. I want to start drinking some Nestle water, but that's always have fun with them on that. But tonight I wanted to talk about real quick is some of the things in the recruiting. What's going on is I talked to a person today, the neighbor down the street, and she's having a hard time finding a job. And her unemployment had run out, and she's looking for anything. And she says she can't find something. I'm like, What do you mean? She says, I applied at Wawa. She said, part-time, everything, all the jobs are taken care of, and I don't get it. I was like, why can't you get a job? And she doesn't know. And she said, some of the companies won't train her. Hey, there's Dennis, there's NFI. So there's another company. There's another great company to work for with Dennis. Reach out to Dennis Silla and I'll put his information on it. He's a great guy. He does a lot of great leadership trainings. And you want to connect with another good person, Dennis is the one. But when she was telling me she couldn't find, she said she's underqualified. And I wanted to shake my freaking head again. I don't know how many more times I have to say it. If you have customer service reps, right? Just hear it out for a second. If you have customer service reps and they're turning over, they're all the jobs are turning over and they're turning over, and you're missing one piece of software because you're not qualified. If you go back, and I'm only saying because I'm 54, I always wanted to say back in the day, but companies really did a lot of teaching and the training. When we bid a job, they taught you how to do it. Now, we've gotten away from that a lot of years for certain things. Like if we were a forklift driver, we didn't know how to do it. You bid it in the union, you got it. If you wanted to be a pulper and paper machines, anything, you bid it, they trained you. You're going to have to start thinking like that sometimes right now, because it drives me friggin' insane when you got a good person that's, they're saying age, ageism and, discrimination, but that has a lot of skill set. They come to work. They're not going there for your job. A lot of them, she says, like they're intimidated because her skills, she's not there to take your job. But you need to start training some of these employees, like customer service and your retail and, the hospitality industries. I'll tell you what, they are hard working. Now you're going to have to start reaching into that category there and luring them to you. They've probably never heard of, Nestle Waters or NFI or, a lot of the companies around. But the companies need to train in order to be successful, because I guarantee in some of the jobs you go to, they will train you. But you're not going to be successful if you don't. You're going to just keep going over and over. But I am quality. You can shake your head now. So, yeah, I told you. And what I learned a lot recently is about culture. I was trying to think like the culture. Some of the companies don't want to be out on social media. I have no idea why. Candidates need to see who you are. Now, I know, Chris, I like some of your videos you're doing, but they show where you're going to work. Amazon does a great job at it also. You got to put something on social media about your company. Show the value, show the culture, what you do, because some of the candidates don't know about you. And I don't know why companies don't come up and start putting it on there. If they're not posting, I get it if your company's horrible. I get it. Trust me. Some of the companies I worked for that I staffed for, I wouldn't even give them the time of day. I wouldn't even put them on social media because the way they treated the candidates. And that's what it's about. Leadership is you shouldn't look at a temporary employee, which I say associate, versus a full-time. They have a job. So you need to invest in them just as much as you do your regular employees. They're trying to get into the job, but they only go out to their friends and say, hey, I'm working at this company. Oh, I never knew they existed. Like when I say Tesla over in Bethlehem, people are like, Tesla's in Bethlehem? Yeah. Nobody knows. It's a little bitty sign. We staffed for them. Great company. They're right in Bethlehem on a Jad or road or something like that in Bethlehem, but I forget. It starts with a J. And another great company. And they're on social media. So if you put a video up of the company, of what the candidates are doing, that's going to really go a long way, because you could see what they're doing. I could walk, instead of just saying, hey, we're hiring forklift drivers. I know, Chris, you put a lot of videos up there. It's great for everyone. And talk more. I like the companies now, some of them aren't even putting the hourly rate. Now, hear this out. The reason, let's see what Janie says. Training over here is virtual because of COVID. See, I know I figured that, Janie. And we need to do more of that here. But show what you're doing, and it really pays off with the candidates. I enjoy social media a lot because it gets my company out there. You do it every day. Hey, Rob, there's Rob. Did you get the job, Rob, or are you still not sure what's going on? I know you had a interest, but you need to even like now I tell people to reinvent yourself. Now's the time. And Dennis, when we had those classes that you gave on leadership, is you have to reinvent yourself right now. If you can't get that job, try to think of something to do, some kind of training, online courses. If you're at home and you're unemployed or furloughed, continue to learn, continue. Don't stop. There's on LinkedIn, there's a lot of groups that you can join if you're a professional. Join in. You don't even have to be, I hate the word professional and, forklift driver, all the logistics, everybody works. So everybody's a professional. Just join the groups. And let me tell you, today I met 3 fantastic people on LinkedIn and we discussed, and you don't need to watch videos anymore. You can just ask questions to somebody in your field. So it really, really works. And don't so much talk about the hourly rate. Say what you do. Like I know Chris over there, I said, because I see what you do all the time. Friendly shifts, right? You're off, I think it's 12-hour shifts. You're off 2 weekends, the 10-hour shifts or 12s. But think about that, how that can help a family. That's really, really good, because you can help that by a user-friendly, shifts, the benefits, the perks. Show them what you do. Show them, what you can make a quarterly bonus for, this and such. And then worry about the hourly rate, because it's got to stop sooner or later. You can't keep going up. You can't just keep going up. Had an interview Friday. Good. Went okay. But let me know. Great point. Never stop learning. Invest in yourself. And he said it right there exactly. I go on LinkedIn, listen, and LinkedIn really, really puts out some great classes that you can learn. And if you go, I'm not Chris, I'm serious about this. I'm having the CEO of Haley Marketing and David Cerns on next week. And they're in New York. And he discusses the website, social media. But he also, if you ever want to just learn, I'm telling you, Haley Marketing, Google them. You will learn so much on social media and job boards. You'll print. I got stacks that I print all the information out there because they love giving great content. Haley Marketing. Google it. And I'm telling you, you'll never get away from it, because when I have David on, he likes to show content, put it out there. And he handles a lot of the big staffing companies, a lot of the corporations for marketing. And he's a great man. And he's taught me a lot. And he invites me onto some of his classes. And what a way to learn from a top CEO of what he does. And he cares about people. So that's what I like about him as a man. I get to meet him, and even though it's a video, you can still say, well, do you trust? Trust comes a little differently on videos, because you don't know which way to go. But Chris, I'll let you know, and Dennis, when he's going to be on, and Janie and them, you're going to really like it, and you can learn a lot from him. But teach yourself, learn whatever your company puts out there now, take it. Because I'm telling you, it's going to get these next couple months. I see it. I put out the job report. Brenningsville's hurting. Wow. And I could see why. And I don't understand, because like Allentown to Brenningsville's not far. But Allentown's in trouble. But Brenningsville's a tough, and Alberta's, they are some tough places. There you go. Hey, Janie, thanks. And you have to try to get those candidates from there to you. But the only way is put your message out there. Put it out there. Now, all right, here's a couple more things. Create a recruitment video. We got that. All right, we talked about that, but I learned something totally new. But at the end, I got burned. Well, we're definitely have to talk about that, Rob. I know you were in between there. Remote work. Whew, I'll tell you what, you put a job up that's remote, and it's gone. It's gone in no time at all. And that's what companies are going to be forcing also, because with the kids now in schools, and if it doesn't get any better, you need to, as leaders, I always say is, if you're not having a meeting and there's like 5 or 6 of you on a Monday morning, and if you don't voice your opinion, or if you don't say, hey, we should try this or do that, As a leader, you're held responsible. So when it goes downhill, it comes to you. And I say that respectively because they look for you. They look for your guidance, leadership, because you don't know what kind of problems they might be having. You can't assume that he's upset all the time, right? You don't know. You can't assume. But if you talk to him, maybe you'll find out. You can't assume that he doesn't have transportation now. There could be a reason why, but you can't assume it. There could be something going on in his family to where, he's with his significant others, and they're, with the divorce rate and all the psychiatrist and everything that they're talking about with people with mental illness, and it's affecting a lot of people. So really show some empathy towards them. I mean, ask them how their day's going. That goes a long way. If you take care of the candidate and you just engage with him. Don't just, well, he's another driver, he's this, he's that. Engage with them. When you get a new candidate, when they come at the end of the day, you should be saying, or within at least 2 days, like, hey, how you making out, or your leads should be really, they're building their profession up as they're trying to move up the ladder. And that's when a lead should be able to say, wow, if you were a leader, I'd be saying to a lead, listen, get more engaged with the candidates, employees, and see what's going on to see what we can help. So that leads me into building a talent pool. That, when people say build a talent pool, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to lie, that's hard. Pre-COVID, I could have 15 people on the list, and I got one. See, I got a secret that I can't tell anybody here, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4 companies I'm staffing for, and they don't even know I'm doing it. That's the amazing part. But 4 companies that I'm staffing for there. But I used to be able to keep 10 people, 5, but within 3 to 4 or 5 days, they're gone. So, I mean, it's hard to keep a pool. A role of a leader is to ensure your troops are focused, engaged. Hey, Daryl. And Daryl's been in the military, and this right there is to ensure your troops are focused and engaged. That says it right there. I mean, I've been blabbering on about it, but the leader is responsible for the troops. Like in the military, you were responsible. It was a chain of command. You know who to talk to. And like Daryl, like we said, I used to have to sit there and say, permission to speak, drill sergeant. Permission granted. You could say whatever you wanted. Didn't matter. But then it was his turn. So, but it is the leadership. And I think if you take care of that and really take care of your staff, you're going to retain them because you don't want them leaving. They're going to leave any job. I told everybody before, you could probably have 3 jobs in the Lehigh Valley within a week if you wanted. It is. We are all carrying the pole. If someone is weak, the team carries to carry a load. Exactly. And if you show that, and a good example of that, Daryl, was when I was staffing over at other companies. I'll tell you what, if you had to unload a truck and do some heavy work or anything like that, and if you got in there with your team and started to work and got your hands dirty as a leader, let me tell you, they worked 100% faster. It was because they were like, whoa, he's in there working. Whoa, look at him, and that's the kind of stuff that you need to show while you're showing them. But let's see, re-engage qualified past candidates. These are all kind of things that it's not a no-brainer, but reach back out to some of them. Go back in your email files, and you'll be surprised that I've done it, that how you can pick up a couple candidates. Just go back from emails, about 6 months ago, a year, and you might be able to find some. I know people are not going to like this, but it works. Is the use of artificial intelligence, AI, and it screens the employees and all that. Before you jump on that, the reason I like AI and the little bots, it's not so much during the day. If you utilize them during the day, that's another thing. But I like utilizing them after hours. And the reason, it's not so much that I care about the bot to where if I'm trying to reach out to somebody or something, but in the morning when people come in, that's when they're more to look at the messages. So do you see what I'm saying? So the bots are really good if you stick with them. Let's see. your help getting HR assistance and other guidance to help them through their problems. This builds respect. Oh, geez, here we go. You had to say HR. I agree with that right there because HR, I'm going to say it 10,000 times, HR, I'm going to stick up for them. They need to be doing HR stuff, not staffing. They don't need to be doing the proposals. They don't need to be answering all the emails for staffing companies emailing. They need to handle people. They didn't go to college and say, I want to do staffing. Recruiters do staffing. HR should be, I've said it numerous times, should be scaring the hell out of you. That's it. That's what their job is, because when HR calls you in the office, it's never to say, hey, Dave, you've been doing a great job. No, that's not true. They don't do that. Some of them, I don't know. But all my experiences, it's never been, your stomach drops. You have to go to HR. I don't care if you're 54 or 55 years old, you're still normal. And you're like, oh, shoot, what do I do now? Because you just never know. Only a handful of recruitment companies go back to their emails. Janie, that's right. And I was one of them. It was so hard because you got so many emails. What I've tried to done is I take time afterwards. Like now, I'm not kidding you. This is no joke. I'm not kidding you. So some of these lucky companies are going to have some forklift drivers. Now, that is just within 2 hours. Okay? They're all people I have to reach out to. You can see it right there. That's black. It's not even answered. That's how on the weekends that I can take these people tomorrow. I'm going to reach out to a lot of them tomorrow because you have to work sometimes on the weekends. That's your best time. So I'm going to try to convince these people to take at least 3 of these jobs up here. And usually when I say to them, are you working? They said, yeah, they don't care. So that's what it is. They don't care. They'll leave. No 2-week notice anymore, because a lot of companies won't give that. They won't give that. If a temporary person or an associate says, hey, can I give 2-week notice? It's hard to go back to the client and say, listen, I have a good candidate. I have to sell that to a dentist or sell that to a Chris to say, hey, listen, this is a great freaking candidate, top notch, but he wants to give 2 weeks notice. Is it possible? And that's even still hard for some of the recruiters to answer that, honestly, because they need to fill the orders. But this is where I beg to differ on that. If you have 5 candidates, you need 5, right? Or example, if a company says, Dave, I need 10 forklift drivers, I'm going to say, no, I'll give you 5. And the reason I say that is because I take a little bit longer. I'd rather give 5 good ones than just send 10 to satisfy the client, because then they leave 2 to 3 days later or 2 weeks because they don't like the job. That's where I like to say quality versus quantity, because I know there's got to be recruiters out there that agree that you'd rather have 5 good people than 10 and half of them don't even show up, because your ROI on that return is horrible, and it hurts the staffing company and it hurts the client itself, and it gives both names. You both get tense at each other and say, hey, you have to make the decision this year, because I always say some companies will say that's your problem. I keep saying, no, that's our problem, because if you're not giving what we need, then we don't give what you need. It's just like you fight, you argue. You might not answer each other. You should have meetings every week now. I think you should have meetings at least twice a week with the hiring managers and people. You have to. You have to tell them the problems that's going on. Why are those candidates leaving? There's got to be a reason. So it might be a hard conversation, but both sides need to be honest. I mean, I'm going to tell you, if this guy says this supervisor sucks, if the supervisor is horrible, yes, quality over quantity. And I thought you would agree on that. But you have to really look at that. I mean, you got to take a look at candidates that want to give notice, that candidates that want to do the thing right. So most of the time I ask them to give a week. If they can't give 2, I said, if you can get a week, I can usually talk to the company into saying, if you trust the recruiter, like if you trusted me, or if you trusted Chris as a recruiter, if you trusted him, you'll go to that person and say, listen, please give me a little bit of time. And I guarantee that they'll say yes. It's just part of being the staffing. Another one is, I want to give you a prime example. And then, this has got to be a here. This is a prime example. So you're going to love this. So I had a company call in Bethlehem, top company. He was very they wanted a lot of people, let's just say in about 6 days, 7 days. And one of their staffing companies wasn't performing, and they're a big one. So, okay. Oh my God, the markup. Woo! That's the way it always should be but I went right to work. We had that proposal from North Carolina and Florida, workers' comp. We had $20,000 a week and payroll approved, everything. Everything was set. Started reaching out to candidates and telling them that it was only like an 8 to 10 week assignment. That's it. Had it all done. Ready to be happy. And then he emails me and says the other company stepped up. I went off. I'm sorry. I was like on LinkedIn, and I don't apologize for what I said because I didn't call him out or I didn't call the company. I called him out because I told the candidates who they were, what company it was, and who told me that. And the reason I did that is because I was embarrassed, totally embarrassed, because there it puts a bad name on our company. Oh, results. Yeah, they called us and they canceled it. No, we didn't cancel it. He did. He said the other company wasn't performing. So then I said, well, then on the video, I was like, well, did you say to that company, you suck or something? Did you say, hey, you're not performing? And you go around, you jump to 3 other staffing companies and bait and switch or whatever you want to call that. That's what I talked about. And I'm going to call them out. I'm going to call the companies out that do that. That's not right to do that, to lure in 3 to 4 other companies. Because let me tell you, if I can't staff for them, I'm going to tell them no. And if I am staffing for them, they say, well, we're going to go with another staffing company. I'm going to say, go for it, dude. Go. Because I'll tell you what, there's no difference of the next 3 or 4 right down the street. It's the same cycle of people. Whew, you got me going on that one. My biggest issue as a hiring manager was getting the resumes and candidates through the recruiter screeners. My biggest issue was getting the resume and candidates through the recruiter screeners. So Daryl, what did they sent you the resumes, and my biggest issue was getting the resumes and candidates through the recruiter screeners. Oh, the keywords and all that, I bet. I think who is your applicant tracking system? That's Chris is right there. There's a couple new ones that I really like, and that helps. And I know I believe he's talking about all the keywords that it's not getting through. So Cheney a-holes. It was, but let me see what Jared says. Not sure that was all corporate HR. Initially, I didn't have one at all. Okay, and that's an important part too, because some of the candidates don't get through because of the keywords. If there's not enough, like for example, when I do the video screenings and some of the other platforms, it'll give me a percentage, but the percentage is only as good as enough for what I put in. It's just like the job boards right now. Now this is what a guy told me to do. This is what a colleague told me to do, was put in the job description, when I was to receive somebody's resume, right? And it was kind of vague, I would go back there and tell them to cut and paste this in there. Think about that. That was old school. I was like, what? Yes, they pasted those words, made sure all those words were in that resume, and then they were picked up like that. So there we go. Yes, they screened and then they sent me applicants, and the human recruiter as well. Okay. But that's a good thing to bring up. And job boards to me anymore, and I'll talk about that real quick, is I don't like them anymore. I'm telling you, you have to start getting those candidates to go to your website. Get them, drive them. If you go on my new page right now on resultstaff.com, I started a new service. There's 250 recruiters of us joined. We have a group, and if you go on careers under my tab now, you're going to find 2,000 jobs nationwide, direct hires, and Bethlehem, Allentown. You type in Allentown, you're going to see all those jobs, professional jobs. You can apply for them. And what's nice about it is we're all a team, so we all want that split. So we go after, like if I have people in Florida, you'd be surprised. Get this. I am not shocked, not telling you this, making it up. There is a lot of recruiters in Florida, California, Nevada, everywhere, recruiting for Allentown and Bethlehem for direct hire positions. Check it out. You'll see it. It's a new website for it. I'm excited for it. I just got to drive them to the website. Microfont, use all the words in the resume. Correct. That's well, you're right on there. Then you've heard about that. But my goal is to just get people to that job board on my website. Within this next 2 months, I'm done. I am not going back to job sites. A career builder, I'm done. Whether Indeed and all they do is press, they cost more money every time you press. Rob's asking Daryl what he means. And Rob, he can explain that to you. It's about putting the keywords, I'm not mistaken, microfont. You can hide them, or is that what you're talking about, Daryl, where the guy said you can print them somehow and you can get it put on the paper? Just answer me that real quick, if that's what you're talking about, because that's what the gentleman was saying. But the job boards, if a lot of people are, what I've heard on LinkedIn that are finding out is if you're really looking for a job, look on careers. Let's just say if you look on careers and Nestle Waters is hiring, or NFI, all them, right? You see that the chances of you getting sometimes are better if I would go to the website and file and go directly, because I know Chris answers his messages on his email. On his website, because he tells me, tell people to just apply on the website. It's easier. But you get in that situation to where you think that you're going to get a lot of candidates, and indeed you do, but you pay. That ROI is horrible. An average cost for a warehouse candidate, right, is $75 now. Average cost to get them through the system. That's how much you're going to spend from the time that, yes, all right. I'm going to talk, Daryl, I want to talk to you about that this week. Let's touch bases, because I didn't fully understand what he meant about the microfont, but they utilized that years ago, that you were able to put in from the job description onto your resume. Now, I don't know if it's legal or not. I don't really care. If there's a person that really wants that job and gets in there, go for it. What the hell? But I want to talk to you about that. But like I said, look at the company's website. Look at mine. Tell your friends and family. Let me tell you, you want some serious jobs that even remote across the country and California, everywhere. You can work remote. I want to give you one more example, Chris, and then I'm going to get off here. Chris, I had to set up this ad, right? So I wanted to use social media to promote my website, because that's where all the jobs are. I can make a lot of money off of that. Direct hires. You split it. You split with the company and all of us. Just imagine, Chris, if you're looking for a direct hire for a maintenance technician, right? Hear this out a second. So say you're making 70 a year, right? If you give us that position, you give results direct hire, right? I take that position and I put it on that network, our network. Now you have over 200 people working on that, right? Then, Chris, what I like about it is, get this. So in our database, there's 59 million candidates. Now, that's because everybody through the years has uploaded. So what I did is I went to Career Builder. I uploaded 7,000 of my candidates, the whole thing, into my network. So now other recruiters need people. They go in there and it's an actual whole job database. So we have every single, I don't even have to use the job boards. I can go on my own company that I work for now. We partnered up and find candidates. But look on there and you're going to see jobs that I've never even heard of some of these professional jobs. But my point is, I got off track, Chris, and then I'll get off is, so I had to figure out a way to run an ad across the country, United States, and promote my website. And it took me like 2.5 hours. I wasn't sure how to do that because I literally typed in 50 states. I did. I put 50 states and I put all the keywords, professional, very professional image, just going to my website, check it out for careers. And I put down like $150 because I wasn't sure, but I reused those keywords so specifically. I literally had to look up on Google the job and find some other words that I could match on the social media board. And within 3 to 4 days, I was getting a little nervous, but after that, it started to hit. it was just people reach. Then it started to hit the website, and it was almost $1.99 for a hit. I was like, man, it was in the learning phase. And I told you, it goes into it'll say learning. You got to give it time. It'll go like this. And then it'll slow down. So I was like, all right, just let it go, Dave. Let it go. It finally slowed down to where I was at 99 cents. So I got 28 hits out of it to the website. The best part about it is, and I'll end it at this, is I got it from 2 direct hires in Canada. I didn't, took a little curve again. I don't understand it because I didn't put Canada in. I didn't type Canada in there. So I was really surprised, but we have 2 direct orders now that I put in my network that everybody's going to start working on. So by sending that ad, I only spent like $40, $50. But my point was, it can be done. I didn't care whether or not if I got anybody. I just needed to see, can I reach California with my ads? Can I reach Mississippi? Oh, I hit them all. Every state, there was at least a couple clicks from each one. So to me, that's success. Now I have to fine tune it. And that's where the cost between job boards, if you had somebody that was really, really good, you could save so much money on there. And I'm sorry, let's see. Daryl, UX or UI, Janie. And then Python is used in AI as well. Yes. I'm not sure at all. All right, there's Mr. Tuvia. There he is, buddy. We got to talk tomorrow. I'm having some issues right now, again, with social media. I have to watch what I say because they tell me a lot of stuff and they block me. So I love Facebook. I love Facebook, Alexa. I don't know what I said, but when something stays in for a long time. But yeah, Chris, it really took me. I was excited. I wasn't sure because I wasn't sure if I had to spend a couple $100. But I was so freaking, I only hit 30 of the states though. But I'm going to reactivate it now, knowing that if I just got to put out $100 and let that baby go for 15 days, 20 days, and those hits, my website has skyrocketed. You know, that's why I'm in the process of changing things on it. Now I got to do a lot more things on it, make it useful. Oh God, here it comes. Got to use TikTok. Steve, I want to see you in Utah with the cows. I want to see you doing TikTok with a cow. Steve from Utah's job. He's in a great staffing company. Elwood, they're a great company. He's a good guy. But I want to see you doing TikTok with a cow, man. That's what you need to do. If you send me that, I'll tell you what. If you do that with a cow, what do we have in Pennsylvania? I don't know what we have. We don't have no dogs or, I mean, like what are we known for? I don't even know what Pennsylvania is known for. So we'll try that. But everybody, thanks a lot so much tonight. And again, you know, talk to your company about the culture, putting more out there of your company. Because I'm telling you, some of the candidates don't know you exist. They don't know. They don't know that. Again, like I said, Tesla. How many people know Tesla's in Bethlehem? They're like, yeah, right. They're there. How many people know all these other ShipBob and iHerb that moved in? A lot of companies never even heard of them. All right, dear. There you go. All right. I'll make you a deal, Steve. You do that with a cow, and I'll try to friggin' chase a cow. I mean, a deer down. Cole. All right, yeah, Cole. So, all right, everybody. Thanks so much. And I know it's a Saturday night, and you gotta love this, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Chris, check this out. So I'm going to be doing a show called on Hootsuite. This is what you need, Chris, in staffing. Look at this picture. You see that? That is all my platforms. LinkedIn, YouTube, the company timeline, Facebook, Instagram, videos. I have Google My Business, everything on there. And I run this. I can put 21 companies on this if I want to pay for it. And all this runs into one, and messages too. I go over here and I can get all the messages right over here. It's outstanding, and it's not that much. I don't know why corporations don't want to utilize it. But Chris, it would make you set yourself up for a whole week. And that's why a lot of people think I'm on LinkedIn at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning or at night, but I'm really not. I pre-program a lot of them. But what's nice is Hootsuite is just like everything else on LinkedIn. I have some ads running tonight, but some of them aren't going up till 11:01. It knows your audience. I'm telling you, it works. Like if I put one at 11 o'clock, it won't do one till like, say, 9:35 in the morning. I'm like, why 9:35? That's when my audience is online. So that's going to be on another show because I'm working with the CEO on that one. We're going to have Gunnar on. He's in, Australia. He's going to come on the show. We're going to interview him about Hootsuite. He's the CEO. And then also next week, we get the CEO of Duckanow. He's going to be coming on, and we're going to discuss the new features. I can't wait for you to see this. Chris, all right, I'll tell you a little secret. You know, with the video resume screen, how good that was. This, ready for this? It's your job listing, right? But then it's a video of me, if it's my job, talking to you down below, thinking that you fit this description. And then can you please do a video resume screening test and all that? But it's going to be me specifically talking about that job. So when you open that job up, you're good. And I can't wait to sell it because I'm going to help them sell the program. Is I'll be saying, hey, everybody, I'm looking for forklift drivers. I think you qualified for here, Nestle Waters right below. I think you fit all these. I'm excited to work for you. My name's Dave Wilson, Results Staffing. You know, please finish up here and then I'll reach out to you. I can say whatever I want. So it's actually a live job board, not just like the piece of paper. But if you fit, then you make your YouTube link and then you copy it into the software. It's going to be cool. So I got to get going. On that note, everybody, have a great night. And we'll be back tomorrow night. I have a guest that's, oh God, there goes that memory from this friggin' accident. I'll remember it tomorrow. Talk to everybody soon.